This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, before we do another ranked draft for Theros Beyond Death, I want to remind everyone that my content is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their website by clicking on the panel below on Twitch, the link in the description below on YouTube, and if you do, they'll know I sent you there, so check them out. I need to turn on my lights, incidentally. An interesting thing is that if my lighting isn't good enough, it causes lag, which isn't something you would think, but I guess it's because it has to sort of auto-adjust the light. I don't know, but we're good now. Okay. Pretty strong pack. The rare's good, but I think that both Destiny Spinner and Dreadful Apathy are better. This is, I feel like in a draft we did last weekend, we had the same, I don't remember what we had in addition to the Thaumaturge, but yeah, we had a Thaumaturge pack where we didn't take it, so thank you for the follow, Tins MVN. Hello, Reagan Smash. It's been fine. We're not like 100% quarantined. We're just like hardcore social distancing at this point. So, but you know, yeah, it's pretty close to quarantine. So, thank you for the sub, Reagan Smash. I don't know. Dreadful Apathy is a good removal spell. Destiny Spinner is a good creature. Same thing with Protean Thaumaturge. Even Omen of the Forge is good. I think I'm leaning towards the Apathy here. I just think it's a good removal spell, and yeah. It's not an exciting, certainly, but okay, so Shimmerwing Chimera and Anax are both pretty strong. They can both kind of take over games in the right scenario. Which do I like more, is the question. So, that's a good question. Anax does require a little more effort to build around than I think the Chimera generally does, but they're both pretty good baseline and then have kind of insane ceilings. Morning, Arthur. Yeah, so not an easy pick. I think I'm going to lean towards the Chimera just because I've played with Anax a ton, and I haven't played with the Chimera as much. Let's use that as our tiebreaker here. I think they're both quite good, so let's go with it. Okay, Revoke Existence is nice. Don't know that I like it more than a Daybreak Chimera. Catoblepis is pretty good too. These three white cards are all fine as well, but I think it's Revoke Existence or Chimera that we want here. This is a removal spell, but it's a kind of, you know, sorcery speed 1 and sort of restrictive, but not like crazy restrictive or anything. But I'm leaning Chimera here. I like the Chimera overall. Ooh, Heliod's Pilgrim. But there's also a Final Death. We've got a lot of hard picks where I think there's very comparable cards. So the Pilgrim's great. It can search up removal and everything. Final Death is just a nice removal spell. I think I'm going to lean Pilgrim just because we already have two white cards and one of them's already an enchantment removal spell. Okay. So, this pack's not very exciting. Shoal Krakens, nothing special. Courser and Favorite of Eurois, basically the same thing. I think the best, like the first Funeral Rites is something I value relatively highly, and I think that's probably the best thing in this pack. Yeah. Wings of Hubris has overperformed a bit, but I guess I'll take a Favored. Hey, there's another one. Underworld Charger's pretty nice. If we're going definitely with an aggro deck, which we could. That's a fine 2-drop 2. You know, Stern Dismissal's fine, but it's nothing special. I think the other cards, like Favored Verois and Underworld Charger, are better. Funeral Rites, #1 as well. Could just stick white and see what happens. I don't think that's a bad strategy here. We could use some 2-drops. It's early, but I think I generally like having at least one of those guys. Yeah, here we'll take a Pegasus. So, removal. Some decent cards or removal. I think I'll go with the Surge in the end here. Alright, so the Warden is pretty good to still be here. I think it's probably what I'd take here over like an Amulet or Chain to Memory. Don't like any of this, really. I guess Nyxborn Seaguard's more likely to make our deck than the Maze Warden is. I think another Pegasus. I've been impressed with them overall. Flicker of Fate right now doesn't do a ton. Does a little. But it could end up doing a bunch, and I like it more than either of those red cards. So here we'll take a Wings of Hubris. Portent of Betrayal, sure. Well, there's Nyxbloom Ancient, who isn't especially good in Limited, but is kind of a fun card. Okay, so here we're given the red-white Signpost Uncommon and Fateful End, which is a really good removal spell. So the decisions are real here. I'm kind of leaning towards the Signpost Uncommon. I mean, we've already got 2 removal spells. And while Fateful End is a nice one and is definitely first pickable sometimes, I'm not super, you know, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not amazing. And you can do some crazy stuff with Hero of the Nyxborn. It's just a strong card. I think I'm going to take it. Okay, well, Banishing Light. Almost certainly the pick here. Yep, great removal spell. It's an enchantment. Some of our cards already care about that, so there you go. Ooh. Now there's a Staggering Insight, too. White, black, and red cards here aren't very good. Yeah, Staggering Insight's great. I think we want to try to play it, if we can help it. It's just that good. So, here's a Traveler's Amulet, which will make it easier for us to, if we wanted to, like, be blue-white and splash red, although I don't really want to do that. I think red-white splash blue makes more sense. So, yeah, there's another Heliod's Pilgrim. Another Warden. One with the stars is fine, too. I'm kind of just leaning towards the Pilgrim. I think, if anything, we're going to be blue-white. I don't think we really want to be splashing. I think we'd rather just be a base white deck that's playing blue for real, you know? Yeah. One with the stars is another removal spell, but let's get our second Pilgrim for now. Right now, we don't have a whole lot of auras. Nessian Wanderer is definitely the best in this pack. And we could still just take a green card. I mean, we're not really locked in on a second color at this point. And if we play green, it'll be relatively easy, theoretically. It's a little late, but theoretically it'll be relatively easy to splash, like Staggering Insight as a red-white deck. But there are decent white cards here. I mean, how many enchantments are we looking at this point? 1, 2, 3... Not actually a lot right this second. I'm sure we'll get more, but... Welcome to the stream, blank logo. Yeah, this is... I've had a lot of kind of challenging picks. Maybe it's just that my coffee hasn't kicked in. I don't know. I like one copy of Sentinel's Eyes, generally. We've already got one Surge. Dawn Evangel isn't that great overall for me. Yeah, I mean, again, the Wanderer is the best card, but We'll take the eyes. We have 2 Heliod's Pilgrims, so we do kind of want to maximize our enchantments as much as we can, or auras specifically. Okay, so this is a pack that's pushing me closer to being red-white than anything else. Yeah, Apathy was our pack one. Thank you for the follow, FaceHunter66. I think we just want the Rage Hound here. These white cards are fine, but I really like the Rage Hound. It's a nice thing to have, like, if you're an aggro deck. It gives you late game that most aggro decks just don't have. Morning Downhill Zeus. So, Rage Hound it is. We're leaning a little in the direction of red-white. Ooh, well. Reverend Hoplite, kind of makes me want to consider going hardcore mono-white. Even if we don't do that, though, it's going to be good in this deck. I wouldn't mind Impending Doom, but I think we take the Hoplite. It's going to be good in this deck. And hopefully it gets a little better. Yeah, we'll take another white card here. We have enough enchantments that Storyteller's fine. We would definitely like some more enchantments in an ideal world. Right now, red-white looks like what we're doing. And if we could splash Staggering Insight, that'd be great. But for now, we're going to stick it here and just be a red-white aggro deck with some white devotion stuff going on. Maybe we'll get Heliod in our last pack. So I don't mind Thrill of Possibility, but another enchantment seems like something our deck is interested in. Though I do already have 1 Sentinel's Eyes, and I don't love playing more than 1. So maybe, I mean, both of these are kind of likely to get cut in the end. But let's take the Thrill. Gives us a different kind of effect, at least. All right, here we'll take a Courser. So here is an Amulet. We've passed several. The thing that's awkward is if you're an aggro deck, which is what it looks like we're doing here largely, you're not that interested in splashing something like the Insight. It'll make your mana base worse, make your life harder, basically. And we definitely need to reduce our curve if we're actually an aggro deck. So I don't think we're going to take the Amulet. I think we just have to accept we're probably not playing Insight. Might actually play the Wings of Hubris in this deck, though. But we'll take a 2-drop here. We needed one. And here's another one. And a 1-drop. Okay, well, we just made our curve a lot lower. Man. Nader Kraken is so cool, but obviously that's not where we are. So, last time the only time I've drafted him, I never really got to play him, and it made me really sad. But, I mean, okay. We could consider... Our red cards aren't so good, especially because we also have Insight, Seaguard, and Chimera. Okay, I think we actually do take the Kraken. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the right thing to do here. The white cards we're passing... passing the Chimera hurt, maybe it'll wheel, but the white cards we're passing aren't that good. And then, there's only 1 red card. We're taking the Kraken. So is our second color blue? Or is it red? Well, we're going to take a Dreadful Apathy here and delay making a decision. So, with our Heliod's Pilgrims, that's definitely something we want. So... Phlegmic Cyclops is nice, but it's not really anything special. If we go blue-white, we're definitely not going to be as aggressive of a deck, but, still fairly aggressive. Yeah, so... Don't love Starlit Mantle a whole lot. We already got 1 favored. I'm kind of leaning just to take Revoke Existence. Yeah. Yeah, it is gross with Staggering Insight. That's true. That is true. How many enchantments do we have now? I guess that's a good time to figure that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. We have 8. It's a good number. We can also make Favorite of Eroas fly, potentially, if we leave that in. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we don't have a decent amount of removal already, so we will take the Favored. Ooh. Okay. Well, this is an interesting pick, because the Archon is, like, a super expensive card and stuff, but I think a 6-drop in this set is usually pretty nice. Our other options here would be Karametra's Blessing, which is a nice trick for our deck, but the Archon's really good. The fact that it's like a big, scary creature who, even if they kill it, is almost always going to give you value, that feels pretty good. Ooh, definitely Alseid of Life's Bounty. Oh boy, okay, I'm glad we went blue-white, so... Because now we have 2 Staggering Insights. You know what we need more of? Well, I guess we have a few flyers. But more flyers would be great, is what I'm saying. We have the Familiar. What's our curve look like right now? Yeah, it's not great on the lower end. But this pack doesn't really help us with that anyway. So, Courser or Surge. I guess another Courser's fine. I mean, the Familiar is actually seriously worth considering in a world where you have 2 Staggering Insights. But we'll go with the enchantment creature that also is good for our devotion. Man, we could really use some more 2-drops. Sleep of the Dead. Okay, well, the Lionfish isn't great in our deck, but we really need 2-drops. And it'll occasionally do things. Very occasionally. Triumphant Surge might be our only instant. Yeah, that's what it looks like. We don't have anything with Flash either, I don't think. But I think we still want it. We need 2-drops pretty badly. And it's also an enchantment, that's true. Alright, I think we take Lean another Lost Pride here to sort of round out our early plays. Man, these Maze Wardens are getting around. Another Courser. Okay. So, took a weird path in that deck to end up where we did, but here we are. 6 cards to cut. So yeah, the Pilgrim's going to be great in this deck. We can search up removal. We can search up what might be the most powerful card in our deck. So yeah, and yeah, we do have a bunch of them. That card's been pretty decent. So what do we cut now? That's the question. I think cutting a card that's double blue and also not that exciting is probably a good place to go. Because our mana base will be strained a little bit. So I think that's an easy cut. I think we can probably cut the wings. Might just want to get rid of Sentinel's Eyes here. I think we just have far better auras to search for, and we have enough. We have 4 auras, right, that we can search for, and I think that's probably enough. Yeah, and I think, yeah, cutting 1 Nyxborn's not a bad place to go. Cut 1 Sentinel's Eyes. The Wayfarer seems like it'll be all right, but maybe it is just not as good. But, you know, this gives us 6 early creatures, which is probably something we need. So, yeah, I think cutting another Nyxborn is probably a good call. I mean, it's nice to have high devotion, but our deck has enough white cards in it that the Hoplite will be even if we're not forcing in a card that's double white, I think it'll work fine. We leave the Kraken in. And yeah, I agree. We need the Wayfarer for an early drop. So we just need to cut one more thing. Or run 16 lands. I don't think we want 16. We have a lot of 4s. So, yeah, I mean, the Wayfarer is probably... I mean, the Lionfish is probably the worst card still in the deck. And I could consider cutting one of these early creatures, but I don't really think we want to. What I wish I'd gotten, and I know I passed one late, is the 2-mana 1/2 flyer. That would have been nice. That would have been really nice. I don't think we want to cut a Pilgrim at all. It's a great card in this format. Like, it's one of the better cards in our deck, believe it or not. 16 land always seems to be best. So, we could consider cutting the Surge. It is... I mean, it usually has targets, but we also have searchable removal. Man. So, I think we have to decide between just cutting either a 1 or a 2 here and just dealing with the fact that we won't have a lot of turn 1 and 2 plays. Or cut Triumphant Surge, which is probably less good than our other removal spells, but we also don't have a ton of removal, even though it's kind of like we have 4 copies of Dreadful Apathy. So, yeah. I think we can get by with 5 1s and 2s. I'm going to cut the Lionfish. And 10-7's probably right. We have barely any blue in our deck. Nader Kraken is double blue, but I think that's probably okay. We need 10 planes for sure. Or do we? Yeah, I think we do. All right. No, I don't think we want to do 11-6. We have absolutely no fixing in a Nader Kraken, so needing to draw a third of my islands to play the Nader Kraken doesn't sound very good to me. This deck looks fun for sure. Staggering Insight is sweet. Hey, there it is. I think we can keep it. You know, we're on the draw. We can't play our Insight, but maybe that's okay. Ooh, okay. So we should be able to play that relatively early. You know, like next turn, if these guys survive. Well, that's not good. Now, instead of playing that, we're just going to Banishing Light that because Setessan Champion just wins games all on its own. Okay. That feels pretty good. Oh, that makes me sad. Maybe I should have been prepared for that, huh? I guess I may as well sack this to give it protection from white. That's better than losing both my creatures, so I think. Alright, so we're going to play our Chimera here with the plan of Staggering Insight on it later. Should it be allowed to survive, I guess. Looks like it will. Alright, so Staggering Insight. anything in there I want to exile desperately? I mean, I wouldn't hate exiling that. I guess I can wait a turn, though. Yeah. Alright, so then we'll play our favored. Luckily for us, our graveyard only kind of matters. Alright, so I think we do this. Yep, now they don't get anything good back, which honestly works for me, so. Play this too. They do get a land, I guess. I guess they could use a land. She doesn't have reach, so I'm not too concerned. Ooh, that's nice. So, yeah. Well, that was pretty nice. Let's see if we can do it again. Thank God for best of one, huh? We're going to be able to draft probably at least 3 decks today, I would guess. All right, pretty good. Curve out 1, 2, and 3, basically, if, you know, things line up that way. Thanks, Downhill Zeus. I can't. 7-0 isn't super likely, but hey, it'll happen. It can happen. I think we've done it a time or two in this format. Keep 7. I think they mulliganed. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, they did. Fancy land. I don't even know what these are from. Don't remove anything. Just let me play my Chimera for 3 mana this turn. Come on. I think probably my biggest misconception is, I mean, I recognized how good Graveyard Hate would be in this set, but I still underrated it. So we still have our Devotion, so that's cool. Cool with me. Attack for 1. And play this guy for 3. So, basically, cards that hate on the graveyard are even better than I expected. That's probably the thing I underrated the most. That's a little bit of a problem, I think I would say. But the static ability is the biggest problem, and I can't do anything about it. So, I don't think I'm going to play Dreadful Apathy. I'd rather play my Pilgrim and grab Staggering Insight. So... So they're leaving mana up here. They may very well be able to counter our Insight, but if that happens, we have our Trailblazer, so I won't be too upset. Storyteller, I mean. Trailblazer? Where did I even get that? Alright, so I'm actually going to pump him so he can attack. See if they have bounce. They might. Yeah, that'll kill him. Thank you for the follow, Nazi Five Tails. Well, we have our double blue should we ever draw our friend the Kraken. Alright, so I think it's probably time for Dreadful Apathy. It's probably not. Probably want to hold on to the Apathy to play it on a flyer that gets in our way. Nice. I love me some Staggering Insight. We've had an early Chimera and Staggering Insight both games so far. If we can continue that streak, that'd be sweet. Okay, I mean, I think we can make do with this. Yeah. It would be nice to draw something. Alright, well, I think we just go for it with this Insight. We know we're going to replace the card, so that makes me feel less bad about it. I also have Dreadful Apathy to maybe get another swing in here. Man, if only I had another island. So, Dreadful Apathy kind of sucks here, if I'm being real. In the sense that this thing has a static ability. I can remove it next turn, though, and that probably matters. So, let's go for it. Man, we need that other island. I think our Alseid's about to die. But it did its job. I mean, I can't complain too much about what happened here. Too bad lifelink doesn't stack, huh? Yeah, it's pretty gross. So's that. Okay, so we did draw our other island at least. But interesting. Do I just play my Kraken and not do anything else? I think that might be the plan. Because they have Wolfbriar or Warbriar Blessing that we have to worry about. And if I can protect it... Yeah. I think we do play it and don't attack with our Alseid. And hope we get to untap, basically. I don't think it's too dangerous when we have the Alseid. Too bad it's only creature enchantment I control, you know? So they're going to get a 1/1 out of this. Unfortunately for us. So protection from green it is. Not looking great for us. They're going... I mean, we do have our Kraken in play, who can also help us go wide, but... they have all kinds of stuff going on over there. So... Dreadful Apathy is all we got left. Obviously, it's what we'll grab. This is the most I've ever gotten to do with the Nader Kraken. Hopefully, we get to do more. I think Theros is a pretty good set. I don't think it's an incredible one, but it's pretty good. I liked Eldraine more, for comparison. And Dominaria a lot more. Oh, crap. You think they have another Warbriar Blessing? If they do, our Nader Kraken is dead. So, let's hope they don't. They have another one. Okay. Well played, opponent. See you later, Nader Kraken. Oh, what? Interesting. That is not what I expected to happen there. Staggering Insight doesn't do a whole lot for us on this board. Making him a 5/6, you know, it's not that exciting. I can Dreadful Apathy Siona here, but it doesn't seem that great. I may just pay 3 to get rid of this thing. That may be our primary plan now. I guess the Insight would make my Nader Kraken bigger. Oh yeah, it's only a 3/5. I don't know where I was getting the extra damage. We'll just end combat, sadly. In turn. End it all. So this will become, this will get up to 4 power now. Still not enough. So that's good. This is our first, like, long game of the day. Yep, it would be a 4/6. I don't think there's any good reason to block here. Although, I guess I could block with the Kraken tentacle tokens and not feel too bad about it, and double block like Hero of the Pride. I mean, they almost definitely have a trick is the thing. That said, I say we go for it. You know what? Let's not. Let's just take the damage here. We're in good enough shape that I don't think I needed to worry there. You know, make myself block unnecessarily. Uh-oh. So the Huntsmaster will make whatever it is capable of killing my Kraken, which is very sad news. Yeah. That'll do it. See you later, Kraken. We'll exile this guy so they at least don't get that trigger. Okay. Play our Leon in here. Put Dreadful Apathy on Siona. And end our turn. Gross. That is a lot of tokens. They used 2 cards for the 1, but it was definitely worth it for them. Yeah. Interesting. I think they're overthinking stuff right here. I'll block this and take 2. Crap. This is not when you want to be drawing lands. Hello, Whopper Stopper. They should really just be like, there they go. They were so conservative last turn. Alright. Gonna kill that. Gonna kill that. Actually, I guess we'd probably rather kill this. And block one of those. So that means we take 7, 9, 10, 11. Sure. Yeah, we had no hope there the way we drew. Plus our opponent went crazy with their Reverent Hoplite at the, scariest time possible for us. Generally, I think our deck wants to win early. Generally. So, with my opponent going first, I think this is a keep. We could immediately regret it, but we have 2 draws to hit a 3rd land. So, hopefully we do it. Are they gonna, like, curve out over there? Well, we didn't draw a 3rd land, but we did draw something we can play. So if I draw a 3rd land, if it's an island, I probably just play Nader Kraken. If it's a plains, I think I play Favorite of Erois. Thank God. Okay, so yeah, player favorite here. I just take the 2 here. I'm a little scared if they leave their mana up, I have to say. Okay, well, now I think I just play my Chimera. I was going to play Staggering Insight, but the Chimera is a great plan, too. And putting the Insight on the Chimera in particular feels pretty good. Cool. It says network error, and yet, there we go. I don't know if it's reconnected now or not. It's weird because I didn't actually lose my internet connection. Oh, good, it's alive. That's good news. Okay, looking like we're in pretty good shape now. Oh, man. I think we go for Insight now and play the Kraken next turn, probably. How likely is it they have a bounce spell? I guess we'll find out. So we'll attack with both of these. Gets us back up to 16 after all. If they bounce it, do I use my Alseid for protection? I think I do. Oh, no! Oh, man. I kind of forgot about losing the insight, not gonna lie. Okay, this is gonna hurt now that I didn't gain the life. I blame the disconnect. Well, they were gonna shut down my creature anyway, I guess. So, that's just 10 damage, no big deal. Okay. Well, now I kind of think we need to play the Storyteller for the body and the getting back Staggering Insight. And the life gain. Yeah, true enough. Man, I should have just let it all happen the way it was going to happen. They are out of gas, and we're not. So there is a chance. There is a chance that we find a way to stabilize here. They don't have a flyer at this point. Oh, no. Well then. Okay. So you're going to chump block that. You're going to kill this. And we're dead. Right? Yeah. Well. That deck started so hot. Like the first 2 matches were so good. And then we got stomped in our 3rd and 4th match. Oh, I forget we get 3 losses here. That's good. We're not done yet. Yeah, it was a disconnect. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, I got disconnected from Arena. And I got disconnected from OBS. But I could still see everything going on in the chat, so it was kind of odd. I think this is keepable. Yeah, the disconnect, I mean, I definitely had to hurry on that block, but I don't know. I think we might have lost anyway. Right, so we're gonna need an island at some point, please. Alright, so we'll play our Pilgrim here. Wish I could search up an island. We do technically slightly increase our chances of drawing an island as a result. So there's that. Hey! Alright, so we definitely play our Pegasus and try to set up our, you know, Leonin plan here. Or not Leonin, Staggering Insight plan. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty good turn because I can go Insight. Okay, so yeah, I think we put the Apathy on the War Leader. Triumph of Anax. Definitely block. So, we don't have an enchantment in our graveyard right now, but the Falling Archon is so big, but maybe it's better to just play Shimmerwing and Leonin. Probably is. By the time this does the removal part, hopefully it won't matter. Can always exile the war leader so they don't have something as good to fight with. Submit 0. Okay. Is Vigilance worth it here? Probably not. So we hit them for... We'll attack with both of those. And now I do think we play our Archon, because it means we have lethal in the air next turn. Dude even gains trample, so there's really no good reason to block. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we play the Kraken first, so that if when we draw our card, we can do something with it. Okay. Well, now I'm glad I did it, because we're not going to win this turn now. Then we'll just play another Pegasus. So they're going to get to fight something, but I think it's too late. Yeah. No trample to speak of, so... Oh, actually there is trample to speak of, isn't there? But they're tapped out, so... Yeah. Got there. If we get an evasive creature into play with Staggering Insight, we're gonna win, is what it seems like. Okay, this is pretty good. We can grab the insight. We don't have an evasive creature yet, but hey. So far, staggering is definitely more MVP than Kraken. The Kraken actually hasn't done a lot. You know, playing the island there probably would have been smarter because if... Oh no, never mind. We'd have to draw an island and a Kraken for that to matter, and we don't have those things. So. Alright, so... I think we definitely grab an insight. We already have one Dreadful Apathy after all. Ooh, that's kind of gross. Kind of considering blocking and using Alcide's ability. I don't think that seems too terrible here. We can get it back if we ever really want it. Okay. So... is it worth Dreadful Apathying something here? Probably not. We'll just end our turn. We definitely go for the trade here, too. Red-green has plenty of instants. Not as many as blue-red, of course, but it has plenty. Okay, so now we play our Archon. So even if the Archon dies, I get back an Alcide. That's not a bad deal. And if the Archon doesn't die, I have somewhere to put Staggering Insight. So... yep, we'll take 4. Okay, so Staggering Insight it is. Let's hope they don't have Plummet mainboard, huh? Okay. That makes me a little sad. I would almost rather it went to our graveyard. But, you know. Player Storyteller here. I think we're fine with drawing the Alcide again. It creates problems. We like problems. Problems are good. Okay, so we're definitely blocking here. And then I'm probably going to chump one of these. I can get it back, of course, but I'm not too concerned about that. They didn't, though. Put Dreadful Apathy on the Trickster. And we'll hold on to this for now, mostly because I want to leave up Alseid mana. I think we go ahead and attack. Do I really need to leave up Alseid mana? That's the question. You know what? No, I don't. We don't have an enchantment to get back anymore if our Archon dies. That's the downside, I guess, of our Storyteller doing what it did. Oh, I'm glad they... I'm glad they milled the Crow in War. We've already lost to that once today. So... I think we just block. Well... We'll block like this. The Storyteller's size is pretty nice right now. I think we can get away with another attack here. So, do I Alseid? Probably. Oh, that sucks. That's all very bad news. We'll get our Dreadful Apathy back. We'll attach it to the Celebrant. So, wait a second. Red. Nope, I couldn't exile in response because it's part of the cost of the card. So I couldn't do that, unfortunately. It's like paying mana. You can't respond to it. I should have cracked it earlier. Wow. Okay. Get rid of the big one. All right. Looks like we're getting close to getting there. They're gonna have to block the Storyteller here. We got there. Luckily, you know, our Archon working the way it did kind of gave us a 3-for-1. Plus, it did a ton of damage before it died, so. Worked out overall, I guess. Alright, this is a keep. It's weird to get 3 of our 7 islands, but, you know, it's whatever. Four of our 7 islands now. Alright, so I think we want to put Apathy on the spinner. If we don't draw anything to do next turn, we can at least get rid of the Destiny spinner, so. Good lord. Yeah, do we play the Hoplite this turn just for 2 tokens? We might. Depends what the board looks like. Alright, now I don't think we do. Now, if I can get 3 tokens out of it, that seems reasonable. Yeah, that's a big boy. That's sad. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason... Well... If they try to target my Pegasus, I guess there's a reason. Okay. So, black. Alright, so Hoplite's back to being pretty crappy here. So... Alright, so they're not going to have anything to hit at least. Man, we're having a bit of a rough go over here. Kind of think we need to play the Hoplite. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Do it. Ooh. Oh, I kind of forgot they could do that. Crap. Hello, Voracious Hunter. Alright, we're going to take the 5 here. So they're going to be able to keep returning this stupid thing. Which is not good news. doing all right. Slurp. We are 4-3, or 4-2 right now. It's looking like we're about to be 4-3. Drawing a Setessan training, or not a Setessan training, but staggering insight would be pretty nice. We're gonna take 5. Yep, they do have infinite removal, more or less. Lol. Yeah, we're pretty much dead. I guess we still have a tiny, tiny chance, but... I don't even know if we have a chance because of the Typhon's trample. Okay. I guess we just go ahead and kill it. I mean... They have a trick and blow us out here. That wouldn't surprise me. And that'll do it. Yeah, 4-3. That deck started so amazingly and then sort of, you know, ended up kind of mediocre in terms of its record overall. We won more than we lost, though. You know, that's what's important.